We like to do things ourselves. We like to be in control and know we're capable of overcoming whatever challenges we face. But at the deepest level of who we aren't fully capable or truly in control. We're dependent. And the sooner we realize it, the more we understand what God has given us. Even for believers, things don't always go the way we expect. We all know it or discover it soon enough. Life tests our patience, our hope, and our sense of God's presence. It's easy to be overcome by fear, to lose our way, to feel alone. But you're not left hopeless in those challenges. God's presence is more certain than even the inevitability of hardship. Still, there are times in life we need to be reminded. God is present. It's in hardship we learn to recognize it. Christians also learn to depend on Him, to wait, and to look forward to His rescue, to the good things to come. Zechariah was a good man. He had been faithful in serving the Lord. As a member of a priestly family, he had even taken his turn serving in the temple. Still, Zechariah and his wife Elizabeth were childless, and as they grew older, their hope of having a child seemed smaller and smaller. You can imagine Zechariah's surprise when an angel appeared to him in the sanctuary of the temple. Zechariah might have thought it had something to do with his priestly duties, something to do with the crowds of worshipers outside, but the angel had come with a message specifically for him. Zechariah and his wife would finally have a son they would name John. And this son would lead many people back to God. He would prepare the people for the coming of Christ. Zechariah's response was something like you and I would probably say. How is that even possible? I love the angel's response. He explained that he was standing in God's throne room when God commanded him to deliver the message. In other words, he had heard it from God's mouth. The baby's birth was possible because God declared it. The angel went on to explain that Zechariah would be unable to speak until the child was born. He'd have the next 9 months to think about his question, how is it possible? All things are possible for those who depend on God. Zechariah and Elizabeth's story is one of dependence. Zechariah was made dependent to write down his messages. Others had to be patient with him as he was now speechless. But it's also about Zechariah and Elizabeth's dependence on God. We are barren people. It's one of the themes of Scripture. We need things we can't produce. We hope for things we can't obtain. We wait for things we can't make happen. We live as dependent people. But so often we fight it, or at least we refuse to admit it. We assume that to admit our dependence on God is somehow a weakness. It's not. It's the truth, and the sooner we realize it, the more we're able to receive from God and recognize what He is doing. Zechariah was put into a position of dependence, not just as a result of his disbelief, but to allow him to see and understand things that by his quick questions he was prone to miss. Finally, when John was born and Zechariah regained his speech, we're told instantly Zechariah could speak again and he began praising God. Zechariah didn't escape his silence full of frustration. He wasn't irritated. He sensed things, saw things, recognized things that moved him to worship. I wonder if you understand your dependence on God. I wonder if you're able to acknowledge it. I think that dependence is the beginning of receiving, and the beginning of a gratitude that moves us to worship. What might God be offering you that requires your dependence to receive? How might your waiting and watching be leading you into an even greater moment of clarity and worship? How can you acknowledge your dependence on Him?